Fish Labs here, and hot on the heels on yesterday's new Kinnikuman Perfect Origin episode, we're gonna take a look at Black Hole. Yesterday's episode was pretty fun, wasn't it? I, of course, released it in advance, so I haven't actually seen the episode, but I've seen kind of clips and the trailers. Black Hole versus the Machine Man is a pretty cool fight. Um, Definitely won some new fans for Black Hole, I can tell. Black Hole was always a very popular character even before the anime, before the manga. He's always had like a lot of fans, and I'm sure like this new episode will bring him even more fans. Generally, always kind of probably the second most popular Devil Children, probably like next to like Buffalo Man, right? So if you saw yesterday's episode and you kind of go, wow, Black Hole's really cool. I really want to find out. I'm curious to see how he plays in MGP2. You've come to the right place, right? I'm sure like a lot of people are thinking that because again, he's a pretty cool guy. He has like a pretty unique power set. He has like the whole like 4D wrestling stuff. It's pretty neat, right? However, I'm sorry to tell you that he's pretty bad in this game. So for context here, this is a very difficult video to make because again, of everything I mentioned before, I know he's very popular, so it feels very disappointing that I have to say that he's just not very good in this game. If there's a sort of tier list of coolness or maybe like popularity is like more appropriate, right? Black Hole like that's gonna be like pretty high up there. And then in the Kinnikuman MGP2 tier list, he tends to be pretty low. He's probably like one of the guys like with the biggest disparity between popularity and kind of how good he is, right? And it sucks because I have a lot of people who comes in from the manga, the anime, who goes, I love Black Hole, I really want to play him, how is he in this game? And I have to tell them he's just not very good. I really recommend that if you want to take the game seriously, that you try to play someone else, right? But he does still have like some stuff here. So into this video, let's explore kind of exactly what he does, and then maybe you can decide for yourself if that's kind of a deal breaker enough for you, right? Keep in mind, a lot of these things mostly only really apply like at a very high level. So if you're mainly concerned with playing Black Hole on like a more casual setting, these shouldn't really be deal breakers, hopefully. So let's kind of start with like what he does have going on. Black Hole has a lot of really stylish moves. He has like cartwheels. He has like these little like elbow drops, like everyone has that, but little like flipping moves like this, or like weird teleport moves, body splashes. He has like a lot of like really stylish like moves. A lot of kind of like throws that are very like luchador inspired, very like high flying moves. So it's like very like they're kind of just like neat to see, right? And so he does have like a lot of kind of cool looking moves at least, and he does have some pretty unique special moves. A lot of special moves like have a lot of like invuln or a lot of like evasiveness, right? He would have like a forward teleport and a back teleport, right? And it's gonna have them like create space, close gaps, and these are fully invuln. So they're even kind of usable as a sort of like reversal to like get out of like hidden situations, and like they can be used to like kind of reposition like bad places, right? Like say you're cornered as Black Hole, you just teleport out, and that's kind of neat. There's like a lot of other moves, a lot of other special moves that are also quite evasive, like he has that, or he has this, right? Which we have, but don't worry about that. But probably like the most notable one is his 4126S. That is his obstacle forward special move. I have like this kind of hit grab. This costs 3 bars, but you can't see because I have the meter set to max. But this is like a 3 bar special move, it's a hit grab, and it's fully invincible until startup, like well past startup, right? This technically starts up at like an 8 frames, I believe. Though on most characters, like it'll hit later than that, and it's fully invincible from frames 1 to 40. This is like the only non-super move to be fully invincible until it's active, basically. And that's kind of a cool thing to have. The most think it's a bit janky, but this basically gives Black Hole kind of like a real reversal for 3 bars, where most characters like don't really have that, right? So that's kind of neat. Besides that, he has like some pretty neat buttons. Like this is a pretty good button. Like not that this. Oh, my bad. Like that's a pretty good button. This 226A like a pretty good button. Like it's a really fast heavy stun move, and it's even fast enough to punish throws. I'll demonstrate here in a second. Right? And that's like really decent damage for a throw punish. It's a little bit tricky, but it's not awful. Not like impossible, right? And that's like pretty nice. And then like in a corner, you probably get a bit more. That's kind of neat. Something like that, right? So he does have like stuff going for him like that. But that's the thing is that's kind of where the strengths end. Because beyond that, Black Hole doesn't have like a lot going for him. For one, his damage is really low. He has a damage of 12, which is below average already, and it's kind of made worse by the fact that he doesn't really have natural strings. Basically, the only natural strings he have is 6AA and 214A, 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 right? So that's like not a lot going on. This makes his damage even worse. Also, like his juggles are like really bad. He doesn't really get a lot of like air knockdowns. I'm gonna attempt his juggle combo, which is a little bit finicky, but let's see if I can like get it. Right, there you go. That's like his optimal juggle, right? I didn't send them like tech roll, but that wasn't even like a real knockdown. Not like those like tech rollable knockdown. He only did like 192 damage, which is kind of awful. Damage-wise, Black Hole like have a really rough time because he doesn't really have, you know, good folks that like go into more things or good juggles. So most of what the damage can get is off of like those stray hits, like getting his Cobra Twist or hitting with his like 2G6A, right? He doesn't really get like confirmed so much, like, right? You can even almost say that he has like no combos, which is definitely not what you want to have in a fighting game, right? It's definitely also made worse by the fact that, you know, his health is also really low. Like, not the lowest in the game, but it's like second lowest in the game, right? 950 health, you can definitely feel that compared to like the standard 1024 health characters. So he dies faster, it doesn't do like a lot of damage. And this basically puts him kind of like in this bad spot where he needs to hit the opponent like 5-6 times, like even like just to win the round. Plus he can die in like a good 2 or 3 combos from like the really good characters. And that's just like a really bad feeling to have. Furthermore, a lot of his like really cool, you know, stylish moves, you know, like the cartwheel, they look pretty good, right? Because like the cartwheel, you can go like mix up by doing like 214A throw or 214A, 214A throw, you know, like you can kind of mix up that way. And it seems kind of neat at first, until you realize that a lot of it is really reactable and gimmicky, that once you kind of get used to playing against Black Hole, a lot of that doesn't really work anymore. His frame data is also like not amazing, right? Like this 2G6A, which otherwise like, is a very good heavy stun move. Like it starts up at like 13 frames, has pretty long recovery frames, so it becomes very punishable if the move gets parried or blocked. And that's not good, right? You don't really want to have that. So that's kind of the thing with Black Hole, where like he just really feels much more style over substance. He has stuff that looks cool, but it don't really work cool, right? He stuff that you're just doing and go like, yeah, Black Hole's cool, but they're not actually good moves, and that's rough. That you don't really want to have that. And that's kind of the main problem with Black Hole, I guess, that he just doesn't really have, you know, good damage, good health, and just a really good functional game plan. So I guess that was like pretty doom and gloom, but I guess like the big summary there is that Black Hole is, so in MGP2, or it's kind of like fighting games in general, right? There are a lot of sort of low tier characters that are maybe like not very good, but have like some interesting thing going on for them. Sekase King from a few weeks ago that we looked at is a really good example of that. I think like he's definitely like not amazing, like he's low tier, but he has like some really nice strings, some really like not confirmed, can randomly like blow people up with a special throw, right? Those are pretty good strengths. Black Hole doesn't really have that, and Black Hole is one of those characters where once you, after like, you know, week 1, hour 1 of just like, oh, look at the like weird and fun moves he have, you kind of just realize that's not really good. They don't really come together to make anything great, really, and that's, you know, that's just not a very good feeling. I think he suffers like from that problem where he, you know, there might be characters who are bad but fun, which might mean more playing. Black Hole's kind of bad but boring, and I think like that's kind of like the death knell for a lot of characters. So this video has been a bit of a doom and gloom, so I really apologize for that. I really wish I could, you know, say more about Black Hole. I really wish I could, like, you know, gas up Black Hole a lot more, because I know he's very popular. I think I've said this like the 5th time this video. So I'm sorry to say about that, right? But I guess on the bright side, he's still Black Hole. So if you really like the character, he's not unplayable. He's not like the worst character in the game or anything. Trust me, I know like how that feels like. So if you just love Black Hole a lot, definitely still give him a shot. If you really want to take the game like competitively or seriously, though, maybe don't main him necessarily. But you know, he's fine, I guess. And on the bright side, there's like 38 other characters in the game if you just are disappointed with Black Hole, right? It's a big ocean with big fish or something like that. I don't know. I've lost that that analogy, right? And as you might have noticed, Black Hole kind of survived his fight. So we haven't seen like lots of Black Hole. So maybe like, I might make more videos about Black Hole or his relative, I guess. That wink wink for anyone who's aware of that. But yeah, that's it for Black Hole for today. I wish I could say more. I guess I'll leave you off on this pretty fun super he has where he does like the little black hole absorption. I just said I could mention that Black Hole is one of the characters with both a strike super and a throw super. Which basically means if you want, you can just spend 9 bucks to just gamble. I'm gonna just burn all my meter to either do a strike or a super throw, right? It's not very good because his strike super is like twice like the startup out of the throw super, but it's something, I guess. But yeah, the point is Black Hole, I guess. So that's it for him. Sorry this was like a letdown, and regardless, I'll hope to see you next time for Atlantis, which should be the character that we see in next week's episode. So look forward to that, and things are maybe gonna look up from here.